Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Miami on the Rocks, Casey Chops. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at MIA on the Rocks. Follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Today's guest, my brother. I've known him for a long time, doing big things. He's always been doing big things, but he took shit to a different level in his career. Recently, I got my brother DJ Chino in here, aka IAmChino, aka the most winning.
The most winning, baby. We are here. You already know Miami on the Rocks. Had to check in with my dog Casey Chops.
Hey, what's up, my brother? This ain't radio, bro. We don't do radio. This ain't radio. This ain't right. You know what I mean?
We're
like,
chilling.
This is Pitbull's DJ. For the people that don't know, been rocking with Pit for a very long time, and recently he's produced one of the biggest records in the universe, Farruko. Pepas.
Yeah, man. One time Farruko.
Shout out to you, my brother.
Everybody involved on the record too. It's a big opportunity. We're able to, be part of the song, and the rest is history. Pepa y agua pa la seca.
Bro.
El mundo en pastilla en la discoteca. You already know.
Yo, so Chino, talk to me, dog. We're going to get into a little bit of your story, but let's get right into Pepas, bro, because you've always been producing and one of the main reasons why I really fuck with you, bro, musically is because you've always been experimenting with your sound. You try to do new things. I remember you were trying to bring back crunk with the Latin crunk. You know what I'm saying? You're always
brand,
you're always trying new things, my brother. So with this song, you produced Pepas and reggaeton was always in it's been in like a certain sound, and you came and went bang and hit them with the guaracha, with the chanteo, with the, you gave us a whole new sound. And talk to me about that, like just wanting to make a record and to do something completely opposite. You know what I'm saying? And what's been going on?
Well, I've been, like you said, I've been working with Pitbull for over 15 years now. And being able to travel the world with him around, for 10 years, being on the road with him, producing a lot of records for him. He's always been also one of the artists to step out the box. So I feel like, we always done the up-tempo sound, but I think it was time with everything that was going on and everything that happened with the COVID. And, we wanted to bring that sound to the Latin world on some major party,
It needed for it to come back around.
Yeah, so I've done up-tempo records before, and I've been part of other up-tempo hits, but nothing like this with this new sound with a Puerto Rican, urban artist like Farruko. He definitely took it to another level too with his vocal, because the record, I feel, it was a magical record the way it happened. Well, we were just hanging around, going out, listening to a lot of music. I was working on his project, La 167, and we had done a couple records, and he reached out to me, and he told me, yo, I want to do some party record. Do you have any ideas? We were just kind of kicking it, and, the song came about because I told them, actually, I'm working with this producer out of Colombia. His name is Victor Cadena. That he's produced the Baila Conmigo record, which is a big Guaracha record too,
So for the people that don't know, can we explain the Guaracha sound? Because it's a sound that's working here in Miami, and a lot of people debate on where Guaracha is from. Where does it originate?
Guaracha originates from Cuba, believe it or not. The word Guaracha.
Really? Some people say Colombia.
Yeah, no, Colombia is the one that really embraced it, and pretty much Colombia, Venezuela, South America, people love this type of music down there. But the word Guaracha itself, it comes from Cuban, all rhythms. But they just, in Colombia, they named it Guaracha because it's like a party. Guaracha means party, get loose, have fun. And then they started doing with the electronic, with the drums that are a little bit more Latin, and obviously the riffs and the horns and stuff like that with the energy, with the melodical parts. So that's where it originated, but definitely the movement started in Colombia, and in Venezuela and all these countries, Mexico too. They kind of the sound kind of evolved for to call it Guaracha, but there's so many genres in between Guaracha. It's like dance music that it has soft dance, hard dance,
so the subgenres of
subgenres, but the song itself, yes, Colombia are where the biggest records came out of Colombia, Guarachas so far.
So when this Baila Conmigo song comes out, it's people are telling me, yo, this is a Guaracha song.
Yes.
And what you notice about it is it's basically house music with a trump, like the drums Latin, right?
But it still has like tribal elements into
Right.
it. It has a lot of like Latin vibe, like up-tempo reggaeton type of drums too.
Right,
With the snare patterns and stuff like that.
Right, and then obviously it has the trumpets, which kind of give it that signature sound. And then, that record comes out, I believe it was 2019, and it goes crazy in Miami. Then I'm getting more Guaracha songs. Now the Guaracha set is working. DJs weren't playing 128 house music.
Exactly.
So Guaracha comes back and it's like, okay, this is house music, but it's different. So it's fresh. So it's not like regular.
It's more party. It's more party.
It's not like European
more
electro
fun.
house. It's not that shit from 2012.
Because the bass lines, they have like Latin feels to it. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
And then the melodic of the trumpet, there's a lot of samples and a lot of stuff that is a lot of energy on the trumpet, but the bass line, it moves different. It moves more like a Latin record, like salsa and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Like,
So this record comes out, and so from like 2019 to 2020, right before up to the pandemic, all the DJs in Miami are playing this Guaracha set, and it's house music with trumpets and shit. And then Farruko comes out with a song, and this is like with vocals on it. You know what I mean? It's like an actual song with it arranged out.
Oh, that's why I came in and really like helped out. I feel like because you can always get a beat and do a song, but it's not gonna get that far. We wanted to make like an original, real song that was arranged, that could work on radio, but still had the sonics of what's going on right now. And then, so I reached out to Victor. He sent me a pack of beats. In one of the packs of on one of the songs that was in the pack, it was the Peppas beat, but it wasn't exactly the same. We rearranged it. We asked for the stems, but the idea was that the melody was already there. The synth melody already had came on the beat from Victor.
Was the trumpet
The pa 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 pa.
Right.
It was already there, so we grabbed that and then we picked the beat and we was with Farruko in a session in the studio jamming, just doing karaoke and shit. And then I just started playing him a bunch of Guaracha because he's like, I want to do something for my album like this because he listened to Guaracha as well. So I'm like, okay, let's listen to these records. We picked that beat. And that's how the record came out. Another writer is involved in the record, White Star. He's also part of Farruko's team. So then he came up and he started coming with melody ideas. Farruko, we all got together. We wrote the intro of the record. We didn't have the hook yet. We just had the intro, and then we had like recorded it and left it there for like a month. But we knew it was something special, but we didn't know if it was gonna work. We were still figuring it out.
Did you
know
have?
what I mean?
Were the trumpets live or were the trumpets?
No, it's a synth. It's programmed. In Pepas is a synth. It's not. There's no live trumpet. It's a synth.
On the second.
That's the second, but it's also programmed as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was already there on the beat, and you guys wrote the intro.
We wrote that. We pretty much what we did was we wrote the hook. We arranged it like a real song, and we put it together. But it was like a weird arrangement because we let it breathe a lot with musical wise. We didn't do a lot of it's like a long record. If you think about it,
Right.
the original record has like 400. It's like 4 minutes and 25 seconds. So it's like a long radio record. But we didn't care for radio at that time. We just wanted to make a song that felt good, and the instrumental part felt so good long.
Right.
That we're like, you know what? Let's just do one verse, let's do an intro and a chorus, and let's just put it out. This is gonna be for the DJs.
So how does the chanteo, the hook, come about?
The hook came about
after a month.
because-
You had it sitting for a month.
Yeah, because they went to Puerto Rico to finish the album, and then everybody got loose and got lit in a club, and I guess one of the guys was like feeling crazy because I don't know if he took something or whatever. And
It was an upper, I could tell you that.
Definitely. and then Farruko kept saying that the record's good, but he's still missing something. He knew it wasn't finished. And then that's when we figured out, like, okay, let's just follow the melody and come up with that chant. And then everybody got together, recorded the chant. Pepa, ya, wapa. So then, and there was another producer. It was definitely a team effort. I can't take credit by myself on the record. I did my part. I brought the record. I brought the beat. I arranged it. We helped out everybody. But there's also, part of Farruko's production team. They did a really good job, too. It's Shadow Towers. We have... K4 and also Ghetto, they're part of Farruko's team. And then obviously White Star, all of us together, it was like back and forth until we figured out the arrangement. Boom, the record came out. Literally it's been the biggest record to grow the biggest and fastest in my career as a producer. I had other hits, thank God, but this one was just bro, it just went viral fast.
This was your biggest hit for sure,
for
Pop.
sure.
Like this.
For sure, numbers wise, I have other records that are bigger because they've been out for longer. But as far as like impact for people and like the way that this record makes people feel is definitely my biggest record.
Yeah,
so, like,
bro.
for
You know what?
sure,
You know what
I
it
mean?
is, dog. Coming from a DJ, bro, is that we've been in such a. I want to describe the sound as like a sleepy sound. Even the reggaeton now, like it's sleepy. The Colombians are killing it, but it's all R&B. It's all R&B reggaeton.
Softer.
So you knew to like come back with the opposite, induce not reggaeton. You did house, not R&B. You did chanteo, and it was like, bro. It just cut through because people needed it so bad, bro.
And also it's a song like you know, a lot of people like obviously they told me, oh, it's not gonna get far because the lyrics, you know, because the lyrics are strong lyrics compared, it's like really party lyrics. But we when we did it, we didn't do it with the intention of mentioning or telling anybody to do what he's saying on the song. It's just one of the songs that the lyric was perfect because it's an EDM record. So everybody, you know, in festivals, everybody wants to get loose. So that's what, and that worked out perfect. But the song, if you really listen to it, it's an inspiration song because it's like, I don't care what you think about me, I'm gonna do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? That was the message that we wanted to get across.
Bro, but the melody is so big. The way you guys did the chanting, bro, it sounds like, bro, like a World Cup soccer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe y'all didn't even think it was gonna blow up that big, because if it blew up that big, maybe you would have put different lyrics on the hook.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like
That's why we did it as a fun thing, and it worked out as a fun thing, and the rest is history. But you can't overthink things,
right.
You know what I'm saying? When something comes out in the studio as creators and everybody's like, yeah, this is what it is, let's just put it out, and this is what it is. Like, I know, you know, like at the end of the day, we did it because people needed this coming out of the pandemic. We feel like they needed like an anthem to just get loose to, not specific to do what the lyrics are saying, but you could get a drink, you could have fun, dance.
It was energy. We needed energy.
Exactly, and this is what people do when they listen to the record. Like, the record comes on and everybody gets up from the dance and goes to the dance floor. You know, that's why we wanted to go with the message. That was and right now it's been the biggest record because we have been number one for 6 months and Hot Latin songs, still number one.
Congratulations, my brother. And this is what I'm gonna tell. This is what I'm gonna tell you, Chino. That record is. I'm gonna tell you this.
Timeless.
That 100%. That record, I'm gonna say it might be the Spanish Dreams and Nightmares. Like, that record is never gonna die. That record, I could tell you right now, will be in every single one of my sets, every single time I play. You don't even like. Not even because you're my boy, but because that record is timeless. It will never die, bro. It's like and I could play all 3 minutes and go take a piss.
Yeah, and also like I want to say thank you to all the DJs too, because I'm a DJ first of all before I became a producer and songwriter and artist now. But like the DJs really were the one that took this record and broke it with no radio, with no streams yet. Like the DJs made it viral in the clubs, and obviously with the DSPs and everything, the digital platforms. But the DJs really took a big role in this record.
We were starving for that shit, bro.
So once this happened, obviously everybody else jumped on board, and obviously they pushed it to the radio, and the whole thing was number one on a bunch of charts.
Can you talk about how like the process of it blowing up? Did it go in the DSPs, blow up right away, or was it more in the clubs then kind of translated?
It was definitely Farruko. I remember we didn't even have a video for the record, and then he was gonna go with another single. But then he had the team meeting and everything, and everybody agreed because we were like going into the summer. Because I remember the record came out like 4th of July, around that time. And we're already kind of going into the summer. We're like, bro, this is the record for the summer. And Farruko just uploaded the artwork, which is the little face, iconic, little face from Pepas that everybody knows. And then he just put out a video in the studio clowning. Oh, it's for the DJs, we fed the DJs. That's what we did. So I sent it to all the biggest DJs that I know, my contacts. I blasted it to the DJs. And then, bro, like a week later, it was like every DJ's playing this. TikTok just went viral. It was crazy. TikTok was a big part of definitely blowing the record.
Was it Miami though? Can you say a city? Did it?
Miami for sure.
Miami was one of the first ones.
For sure, Miami. Like some records take off. It took off.
Because I want to say, bro,
Puerto Rico was huge too.
Okay,
because
right away.
Farruko's Puerto Rican right away.
Because Miami DJs, bro.
It was one of those records, bro, that you go to the gym and you hear the record. You go to you walking around and you hear a car pass by with the record. It was just.
My boy
crazy,
was telling me he lives on the balcony by the river and the boats would come by, and he's like, bro, I would hear Pepas on the boat, every single boat.
And I'm working with Enrique Iglesias right now, you know, and shout out to Enrique. He always shows love. I have a couple records with him. When the record came out, he hit me up and he's like, bro, I live by the water and every boat that goes by my house has Pepas. So like, it's crazy. You know, I mean, and it's a song that's it's gonna be timeless, bro.
What and you know, this is the biggest song of your career.
Yeah.
What? No, you good, dog. So you, Pitbull is like a mentor to you, dog, right?
Definitely.
So like, what? Give me some. You finally got your timeless big record. You know what I'm saying? You got your Give Me Everything Tonight.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What does your brother, you know, Pitbull, what does he tell you during this process?
Oh, man, he was so happy for me. He's like, I actually played him the record before the record came out because I already had it. When we mixed it and everything, we was in the boat, and I played him the record. I'm like, yo, this is the next record Farruko's going with. We did it, blah, blah. And he loved the song. He's like, wow, it's like a massive record. Like, you know, he always supports. And then, obviously, me being part of we family at this point, like he's so excited for me to have this type of record, you know, but he always tells me, yo, keep your head up, you know, it's just boom, keep working hard, don't let that shit get to you. And that's, I always keep my head on the ground, you know, it doesn't matter. Like,
I'm surprised we didn't get a verse from him. He want to do a verse?
We actually did a remix, but you know, since they had their plan with the record and it was a Sony Latin record, like we didn't really want to like push him, you know, like through the remix, but there's a version of Pitbull that we have that hasn't come out yet. Just like a bunch of versions. A lot of people did different versions, you know, but then they went with the DJ remixes. David Guetta remixed it, Steve Aoki remixed it. Bro, there was so many big DJs that remixed it. We were like crazy when all this happened. So, I mean, it's up to them to do what they want to do, you know. We did what we did, you know.
Today's price is not yesterday's price, Chino.
Nah, we're good.
You know what? So
we're working hard, man. You know?
Sir. So what? Tell me about the plan now. You know, because of course, as a DJ, you see Pepas blow up, and you see everybody run to that sound, dog. Like you see everybody run to, you know, and it's crazy because even the Pásame la Juca shit, I forgot the name of it, but
El Incomprendido.
Did you do that
we
one?
did that record as well.
Right,
Yeah.
I could tell it was like from the same session. It's the same key and everything.
I wrote that hook in the Dominican Republic in a writer's camp with a couple other writers, and I laid down the hook, the whole thing, and then I came back to Farruko. We already had Pepas, and I told them, look, I just came from my camp in the yard. There's a fresh idea, and I played it for him, and he loved it. He's like, yo, you think I can use it for my album? I'm like, yeah. And then we involved the same team that we did Pepas with. I took the acapella, the stems, everything, and then I told Farruko, boom, let's cut the hook, everybody together, and then he did a new verse, and then he got Adoni on the record. We gave a look to Vito Cárdenas. He's like, yo, I'm going to put these boys on. You know, Adoni's doing his thing. Shout out to Adoni.
He blew up Adoni on that record too, bro.
And Adoni just needed that record because he was already doing mega shows, you know, like he's
somebody who just started during the pandemic on YouTube, right? Just doing stream.
I think he's been around, but he definitely blew up doing like his mixes and stuff on YouTube. But he's a good dude. Shout out to Adoni, and he always supports. And Farruko's like, yo, let me put this kid on. You know, I think it's going to be great for the DJs. And I told Farruko, listen, this is a good pick because after Peppa being so big and there's no sample in the record, it's hard to get like a big record, like again, original back to back. You know what I'm saying? So I go, if we sample this Better Off Alone record, we're going to be in the game because, you know, everybody knows that riff.
Of course.
So then that's what we did, and thank God the record also blew up. It was also #1 on Latin Airplay, so that's another #1. So we have back-to-back #1s.
With the same like sound,
same vibe. And now I got my single, Discoteca with Pitbull, which is, you know, like, I wanted to keep the same sound. You know, we calling it like Bajo Mundo. It's kind of like the stuff that's happening down in the Dominican Republic.
Right,
all
like
these chants and stuff.
Shout out to La Ceniza, bro. I be in this shit.
Yeah, and then there's other guys down there that are doing the sound too, you know. Like, shout out to everybody because at the end of the day, we want this to be a movement. We don't want it to be about one record. We want this to become like a new genre of music that everybody can relay and everybody can do.
So describe the sound that you're thinking of, like just like a guaracha blended with like dembow kind of.
It's a little bit of everything. It's definitely the big chants on the hooks that involves everybody, and then you know, like the riffs with everything involves like horn, like good high energy, but the drums still have a little bit of dembow in them, like the snare patterns and stuff like that with the aggressive bass line. It's just like, you can't describe it because everybody does it different, but that's kind of what we've been doing, and it's been working for us, you know what I'm saying?
I remember I made an editor to that record, bro, because I feel like the bridge, oh, bro, that shit is the candy. I'm like, Chino, dog, that shit needs to be like the hook, bro. I was like, bro, that shit is fire.
Which one, on Discoteca?
On the Discoteca, bro.
Yeah.
hook, but I'm like, bro. Yeah, I made an edit, bro, and I had to put that more on the record, bro, because that shit isn't.
Yeah, I had it like on the pre-hook because obviously the la la la, you know, is a thing that everybody knows, and this the stuff that everybody gonna sing along. But yeah, the record, thank God, is we did the same formula. I fed it to the DJs. Obviously, you know, it's like a big 90s sample, the record, but like it worked out perfect with the chants. Pig killed the intro. He delivered the verse. Like, it's like the record's going amazing. It's already top 10 in France. We're about to go like #1 in France, and it's just growing in the Europe side, and then everywhere it's just building little by little, man. And it's going good on radio too. So
fire, bro.
Thank you to all the DJs that are supporting Discoteca as well.
Hell yeah. I was talking to a lot of DJs and going off that sound, I'll tell you what we need, Chino, because like I said, all the reggaeton right now is sleepy. We need some real perreo. So I was telling my boys, I'm like, bro, I hope they do that chanteo shit and put it on the perreo, bro. And now we're just back in that rakata era. And that's what we need because, bro, I love, you know, like all the reggaeton now, but like I said, it's R&B.
Exactly. So it's a little hard for the DJs. That's why you still play the classic reggaeton and the DJ sets.
During prime time, dog. Exactly. Yeah, bro. So I got to go from, like, I love El Poblado. I love what the Colombians are doing, you know, but it's just, it's R&B. So I was like, dog, I hope Chino, I hope we get some chanteo shit like they do on the Pepas, but do it over some hard perreo, bro. Like,
it's going to be a lot of up-tempo shit coming right now. I'll tell you that much. I mean, I'm doing my album right now. It's gonna be coming soon this year. The name of the album is The Most Winning Volume 1. Fire. So like I'm putting that out. IAmChino, like The Most Winning Volume 1, and it's gonna be a bunch of collaborations with everybody. But you're gonna see more side of me on the artist side, like more involved on records, like singing, rapping, like chanting, doing a bunch of stuff. And then but definitely I have some slow stuff there, some mid-tempo, but definitely I'm doing a lot of the up-tempo.
That sound, that up-tempo.
Yeah, because it's working now. You know how music is. Yeah, and it's global. And the good thing about the record like Discoteca is not getting considered as a Latin record. It's getting considered as a dance record.
Wow.
So you know what I mean? Like we're number 29 on the dance charts right now on Billboard. So it's already a crossover, obviously, because of Pitbull also, you know, because he's an international artist. But this is like even like Peppas was #1 on dance as well before it was #1 on the Latin.
Really?
So like these records are crossing over on the dance electronic side of things, even though they're in Spanish, because they're just massive energy dance records. So right now we're kind of like putting that together, like. There's no such thing as Latin no more. It's like, if it's a good dance record, it's a dance record. If it doesn't matter the language, you know?
You have any big DJs, like any big EDM DJs doing remixes today?
For Discoteca?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already have De Orro, he's been showing love. And then we have an official remix coming out with him. And actually, next week, we're going to perform the song for the first time in Premio Lo Nuestro on Univision, me, Pitbull. And then we're going to premiere the little snippet of the De Orro remix. It's going to be on the show.
Fire, bro.
So, yeah, it's going to be good. For spring break, this record, like, we're looking at it blow up around spring break, summertime, you know. But there's going to be a lot of music coming out.
What else are you working? What other artists you working with, bro? Like, who do you like right now? Like, who? I mean, first of all, first question, who are you working with? As far as, you know,
I'm doing the Pitbull album as well, like the Spanish album for Pitbull. We got some fire ass shit coming on that, like a lot of up tempo, like same, you know, the stuff that Pit loves.
The formula,
do. Yeah, we got some reggaeton too, but like Pit loves up tempo, fun party shit, like, and I think it's a good time for that. And then we're setting it off with Discoteca, and we got more shit. I'm working on Enrique's album as well, Enrique Iglesias. I did collab. I'm doing some stuff with Justin Quiles as well. In the talks with a lot of artists, you know, like I sent some stuff to Karol G as well. And also Jay Cortez, I love what he's doing, you know, like a lot of these guys, like this just like I seen a lot of these guys growing up, you know, like since they were jits, they were hanging out in the studio with us and stuff, and now they're doing the thing. So now we're reconnecting and just trying to make some Yandel as well, you know, Yandel is family, like everybody, like I work with everybody, you know. I'm trying to do some stuff like that with Flow Rider as well. He's Miami. I know he kills the up-tempo, so I definitely want to get him on some Bajo Mundo shit.
Hell yeah. Are there any artists that you trying to, you know, like work from the ground up? Any young kids that you liking right now? Any up-and-coming?
I mean, we got the kids that we have signed to us. Omar Courts, he's a Puerto Rican kid from Puerto Rico, like Carolina. He's fire. He's young. He's got a lot of talent, and I'm helping him out on his project. And then we have this kid too from Miami too. His name is Chris Daniel. He's on 305. He's a young kid too. Like I'm helping him out. And yeah, always young kids come around me, and they always like they want to listen to music. They want me to check out the stuff. So I'm open for any up and coming, artists like that. They want to like work. This is what it is. And it's the same thing with producers and songwriters. They always reach me on DM. I always give them my email, send me music, because you never know who's gonna send you something that's fire. Any ideas?
Hell yeah, dog.
Yeah.
I got my brother Chino in here. Plug all your social media for everybody, bro. Say.
IAmChino, you already know, the most winning. On Instagram, you could do at IAmChino_. It's all my social media there. You can see my Instagram there, and you can find everything there, bro.
Okay, real quick. Tell me your 3 biggest shows. Tell me the city that they were in off the top. That your 3, that could be pit shows, whatever. Just get your 3 most memorable shows. You've been around the world. So tell me,
Okay. Definitely, I did a show with Pit back in 2013 around there. We did Wembley Stadium in London. It was like 90,000 people. It was like an insane show. Like that was a huge stadium there.
Sheesh.
That was a good experience there,
Uh-huh.
Then we also did another big show we done. Like we did the halftime at the Cowboys thing. It was pretty cool too. Like it wasn't the Super Bowl, but it was the halftime of the Cowboys game in the Cowboys Stadium. That was a memorable show too. It was pretty cool. We did a performance in the middle, and there were so many shows, man. We done so many shows, Like
you did like New Year's Eve in New York. You did any crazy shit in Brazil? You got any crazy memory?
Oh, we did Carnival in Brazil. It was amazing too. We did the whole Carnival, like we were like around the whole like truck doing the Carnival. But yeah, New York New York. We done Miami for New Year's Eve as well. Like so many shows, man. It's crazy, but like.
So now
that's a lot of stories, man.
Yeah,
that's another podcast.
What you mean? The same radio, dog. You could, you know what I mean? You got little chinos running around in Brazil. They're playing soccer right now. You got to go buy them shoes.
Maybe in the Maldives.
Yeah, and I'm a damn litty, dog. So shit. Okay, now we go from the global shit. Now we got to go because you a Miami boy. Tell me the top 3 Miami strip clubs eras for you.
Eras?
Yeah, like
for sure. Like back in the day, Gold Rush.
Okay.
Across from Space.
For real? You went to that club, dog?
Yeah, that show was popping, bro. Like back in the day.
Yo, I think you're the only one.
Definitely Booby Trap has been around. Yeah. Not the River one, the one in South
People
Miami.
don't know Booby Trap's been around, bro.
Yeah,
like
for sure. And Tootsie's, obviously, you
Tootsie's
already know.
legendary.
Tootsie's the most legendary.
Make sure you check. I'm there Wednesday night, y'all. Tootsie's.
Yeah.
Damn, Chino, that's what's up, dog.
But
So
Gold Rush still popping too. The new one's fire too. And shout out to the DJs out there always showing love too. Ferenz, Tone Rock, all them boys over there.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, hell yeah. So tell me what else you've been doing, bro, besides work, dog. Where else has your mind been? You've been investing. You're a crypto investor, dog. You got NFTs now. You got the Chino NFTs coming.
Yeah, I got some stuff coming on that stuff. I've been having a couple meetings and stuff like that. But I just basically focusing on my music. Trying to get my music to the next level as far as like the production. Thank God we've been having a lot of success with that. But I'm trying to like crack my artist stuff too, like more like being on records and like. And I got inspired on the
Mesera?
No, Mesera I put out with Millie. But I'm talking about like the Kanye documentary. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm coming for your motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, yo, that's funny because you kind of fit that same mold. You're a producer, and that's funny you say that because Kanye was known for being a producer, and no one took him serious as an artist.
Exactly.
Did you have those same feelings, like those?
Yeah, I mean, not now. Some people believe, some people don't, but it is what it is. Until you get a hit as an artist, they're not gonna believe. You know how it is.
Was that your first the discoteca? Is that your first like official record where you're on the record? Like,
I've been on a lot of records before that. Maybe like I did like a couple of dembow and a couple of reggaeton, but this one is definitely like the first single of the album that we like actually working. Like we shot like a main video for and the whole stuff. But yeah, there's other records like I've been recording for like over 3 years now, so I got a lot of records. But at the beginning, you gotta find your swag, your personality on the mic and stuff like that. Now I feel like we already there. But we're gonna keep evolving, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
so
there's gonna be a lot of more like people hearing me on the records, not just saying the most winning, stuff like that. I'm gonna be more singing a hook or doing a rap verse and stuff like that. So
okay, dope. You be hanging around Pitt a lot now? Like how's your relationship with him? Like where are you guys at right now?
We just finished a tour, like at the end of last year we did a 32 city tour. I was on the tour, you know, I was doing my DJ set in between when he stepped off stage, so he gave me a look on the tour as well. He's my brother, man. We ain't going nowhere like that. Like, you know, I got a lot of love for him, and he always showed me love, and he always believed in me. And I told him, yo, I want to do the artist shit, and he's like, yo, do it. I believe in you. Like, he backed me up, you know. Obviously, the first records I brought him around, he's like, nah, that's shit bullshit. Keep working hard.
Until keep it real with you, yeah.
But it's true. That's it. That's what you need. So little by little, you know, like I started working with more writers and stuff like that, and then I started developing more of my songwriting skills as well. Like that's where I want to go for the next couple of years. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to do my DJ show, but / performance. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Pharrell, Little John, Dr. Dre.
Right.
I'm like Latin Puff Daddy. Just
you're
trying
to balance it.
Yeah.
How do you like that tour life? Like 32 cities, bro. Like being on the road like that. You like that shit, or is it wears on you?
Shit,
or
man.
what?
I've been on the road for 10 years, so like I'm already used to it. At the beginning, it was a little hard because you know you gain weight. You're not used to like not sleeping at your regular time. But now, like you know, like the past 4 or 5 years. Like 4 or 5 years into it, you already kind of get the hang of it. You know, you got to work out, you got to eat healthy, you know, you got to stay in shape and like but I love it, you know, it's part of like our life, and it's a blessing to be able to travel around the world and meet so many cultures and experience so many different experiences.
Out of the 32 cities, bro, what city has the best groupies, dog?
The groupies?
Yeah, what city got the...
I mean, nobody got groupies now with COVID, dog. We're not allowed. We're not allowed to be around anybody.
You wasn't putting the mask on, dog? I've seen some crazy
COVID
porn the other day, bro. They had masks on, dog.
Nah, it's still crazy right now. Nah, but you know, there's rules and regulation now with these big tours. Like you can't have people around that are like, you know, like random people around and shit. So like we weren't even allowed to bring like people backstage and stuff like that.
No groupie tour though? That's crazy, tour, bro.
Man. That's crazy because when you're starting as an artist, because I've been there.
They fuel you, right? The groupies.
When you're doing like smaller tours is when you get the group, and when you get bigger, you think you get more groupies, but you get less because you can't really be around anybody.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, you gotta like the more you get.
And the social media now, you know, you gotta be careful too. They'll be recording everything.
Bro, dog, they be in your DM, but
you know, Canada got some good
Canada,
fun girls. I'm not gonna say groupie, but they were like good fun girls.
Well, my dad was on tour with Casey and the Sunshine Band. He told me Australia, dog.
Australia's lit too. I've been out there.
Australia, I need to go out there.
I love Australia. Shout out to everybody in Australia. I love Australia.
Yeah, shit. We got IAmChino in here, my brother. I appreciate you pulling up, doggy. Anything else you want to promote?
Nah, yes, you know, I appreciate you and congratulations on the Miami on the Rocks podcast. I know you've been working hard too. You're doing your DJing.
I'm trying to shit on radio, Chino, because radio is outdated. They not putting new young kids on. They trying to do the same shit. So what I gotta do, bro, is just do independent shit. Do it myself.
Congrats. You know? I'm not gonna shit on radio because they play my shit on radio.
We're not gonna shit on. I can shit on them. Chino's not. Not.
Shout out to the radio that were playing my record too. But you know, but I'm saying I know what you're saying. I know how you feel. But that's how you like, you know, do something from nothing. You gotta build it.
Exactly. Are you gonna be doing any local shows, dog? Are you doing any?
Yeah, I have some stuff coming up in WMC right now, and we're gonna be doing something on 305 Day too. I think in Hialeah or something. They're doing like a couple of like little festivals coming up, and then we're gonna be, like I said, next week on the award show. I got nominated for DJ of the Year, so you know, like appreciate the opportunity from Premio Lo Nuestro, which is one of the biggest like Spanish award show, like putting me on that category. And then just working hard, you know, we got a lot of music coming, so
I feel like we're gonna, bro, like Ultra, bro. You got nothing for like. I feel like Pepas is gonna be ring off crazy and all.
For sure, like Ultra, like I did Ultra before in South America, but like this year I don't have anything lined up for Ultra, but. Maybe if you know one of the DJs like that's in there, maybe I go do something with them, I perform or something. But we don't have anything right now booked. Yeah, because a lot of stuff happened with the pandemic, so there's a lot of backed up shows and a lot of contract stuff going on. So you know there's a lot of stuff going on with these big shows. But hopefully,
I feel like we're gonna hear Pepas, bro, at Ultra like every single day,
sure.
like 5. You know?
No, Pepas gonna be here forever, and I hope.
Bro,
he plays
that's
forever.
the dream. That's the Latin dreams of nightmares, dog. You can play the whole 3 minutes. You could go take a piss if you're a DJ. You let the whole thing play, dog. And
it's a blessing, that song, and you know, like I said. Thank you for everybody who supported the record since day one and everybody who was involved. Like, it's a blessing, you know? And
I appreciate the energy from that record, bro. And that's an organic hit. You ain't need no promo. You ain't need no bullshit.
That's why.
That's just what we needed. You know what I mean?
And that's why, like, it took me by surprise because it became so big, so fast, so organic that I was like, damn, like, records like this still exist. Because people get used to, like, oh, no, you got to put X amount of money behind it. Do this and that. If it's a big hit and it's a good record and people like it, it's going to grow, it's going to go fast, and it's going to be a big hit. Obviously, certain records need a little push.
Right.
But when it's something like that, like those records don't come every day. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta hop on Farruko's gospel album, dog.
Yeah,
you gotta get on that shit.
Farruko's my dog, man. You know,
yeah, bro.
Whatever decision. No, actually, we're writing records for him now.
I will play that shit, bro. Like if that shit will, if it like that's the thing. Like I feel like if the energy is good in the record.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter the lyrics, bro. You can play that shit, bro. If it sounds good for the club.
Like Farruko's good. That's my bro. Whatever decision he takes on his personal life, it's not gonna affect me. At the end of the day, he knows who I am.
If he makes a good song that's positive.
We're doing records like that like people think he's just gonna do like this type. Like he even said on his social media, he's not just gonna go left field. He just wants to like clean up his lyrics a little bit, which is
right.
It's cool with me because it's more money, it's more commercial at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk about it. That's a fact, bro, and that's what we need, bro. Like any DJ, like. Yeah, bro, because right now the lyrics is like in the youth is different than when we grew up. I feel like, Chino, we grew up like...
They're strong right now.
Yeah, like we grew up, you know, like listening to you know, music like De La Calle all the time, you know what I mean? But the lyrics now, bro, it feels different than back then. We always used to listen to gun talk and we grew up with that shit, you know what I'm saying? But like now the kid, even in the drill scene, I don't know if you saw Drewski from New York and Ebro from Hot 97, they was like, yo, any drill music that has dissing in it, we not supporting it. Talking about killing your ops, we not doing it anymore because these kids
I feel like, I mean, as far as the Spanish stuff, it doesn't get that far. Like when it comes to gunplay and like shooting each other,
drill shit hasn't hit Spain.
I think it's more about like the Spanish, like people love just to party and get loose and talk about sex and shit like that because that's what Latin people do. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like music right now, people needed that escape and like sometimes you want to put something on a record even though you're not doing it just because you know people gonna relate to it. Whoever wants to do it, like we're not telling anybody to do it, but it's something that people want to sing at the top of the lungs, and that's what it's about, like about making a hit record, right? Like when people get related to something, like you be singing lyrics of people talking about shooting and shit. You're not shooting anybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's about being true to yourself, but at the end of the same time, we're making art, we're making music. We want everybody to relate to it, you know what I'm saying?
True. So, as far as the Latin market goes, who's your favorite, and rapping goes, who's your favorite
rapper?
Yeah, in the Latin scene.
No, there's a couple guys that are there doing the thing. I like
you hear his lyrics and you're like, damn,
Mike Towers fire.
He's the one that everyone said.
Mike Towers is fire. Eladio doing his thing too. Eladio Carrion from Puerto Rico. You know, a lot of the Dominicans, they got that. You know, they got that.
Like, how do you feel about the dembow movement right now?
I love everything that's going on there. They got some really good rappers down there too, and also like that music actually helped everything that's going on right now too. Like the whole movement of the dembow, the up-tempo records that started coming out and stuff like that, that helped the movement in the clubs too. Because remember, before the Guaracha movement kind of started hitting here, everybody's just playing dembow.
And remember, no one liked dembow. Like dembow back like 7 years ago, they're like, yo, why you playing? That shit was like hood shit. Like, like you would only hear it in the Bahamas.
That's how shit blows up. You got to start somewhere and then keep going it up. But obviously, the bigger records you make, song-wise, on top of this type of records, is what's going to get the people to
commercialize the sound.
Yeah. You know, but like down there, you got everybody like killing the movement down there. You know what I'm saying?
Here's another thing I want to bring up, Chino, that you reminded me, dog. And I've tweeted this mad times, but like there was a Cubaton wave that hit, bro, and I loved it. But I feel like it stopped. And I was like, yo, we're in Miami. How come there's no Cuban DJ that's like taking this sound and making it his own? Like if there's anyone I could think of, it would have to be you know what I'm saying? But like I'm even talking about like we need like a Cuban Adoni, you know what I'm saying? That can make some Cuban shit, because I'm still playing Bajanda, I'm still playing the Yomi, the older shit, you know what I'm saying? We need that too.
I feel like, you know, like at the end of the day, you know, it's a movement. Like they just gotta keep working hard. Like I work with a lot of those guys. There's a couple guys that are doing the thing. A couple like radio DJs and stuff like that are like, you know, keep the movement going. And the producers that do that. But like I feel like Cubaton, like it's like the same thing. There's so many genres under the Cubaton. So what do you call it? So I feel like the strongest thing that's happening now with Cuba is the reparto movement, which is, it's not really Cubaton.
What is
Cubaton is Cubaton, reparto. It's like Bajanda is a reparto record. It's not a Cubaton record. You know what I'm saying?
What's See, so
there's a big difference. It's like saying Guaracha and Bajo Mundo. You know what I'm saying? Guaracha is the main thing, but we really doing Bajo Mundo with Guaracha influences. So like
Cubaton, I would say, has like soca type.
No, Cubaton, that's reparto. Cubatón is more like what, like the genre of Cubans. Instead of calling it reggaeton, they just call it anything that has a reggaeton sound to it. They call it Cubatón.
Got you.
But in that genre, you have the reparto, which is what Chocolate, El Chulo, like these guys, you know, like.
What about that sound? Is it in the production that makes it different?
Yeah, it's definitely more up tempo, like the Cubatón.
Like mid, like 105, 108.
Cubatón, it could be like reggaeton, you know, like more with like Latin, like horns and like salsa driven a little bit. As far as like reparto, is like a little bit more like 115, 117, and it has more like that clap, you know, it feels a little bit more Afro.
Got you.
You know, but it's different stuff. But like the guys, you know, they just gotta. I tell everybody, bro, you just gotta keep working hard, you know, and keep moving.
There it is, Chino, my brother. Appreciate you pulling up.
Yo,
this is love
you, bro.
always,
you
man. You rep the city. I love what you're doing, and you know the door's always open. I'm gonna always rep whatever you do, bro. I'm gonna definitely support it, bro, because you rep the city, my brother. Thank you.
Lemos winning. Let's go.